Hi everyone, Antoinette here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that you can act more like a leader at work, even though you may not currently be one. Here's the thing to remember. You need to start acting like a leader to really get on the radar of the people who have the ability to promote you into a leadership position. So don't just sit there and wait and hope that by doing good quality of work, someone will recognize you. It doesn't always happen that way. A lot of times you need to do something to stand out. The first way that you can start acting more like a leader is to start taking the initiative. Rather than waiting for your manager or leadership to come to you with a request, start being on the lookout. Are they needing volunteers to help you with a project? Be the first to raise your hand to volunteer. Have you identified a problem or a process that you see that can be improved or change the way that it's being done to be better? If so, don't wait for somebody to ask you. Come up with ideas for solutions. Taking the initiative also means taking the initiative by going to whoever you need to communicate with. Say, for instance, if there's a deadline that can't be met on time, or there's a certain challenge or obstacle, taking the initiative rather than waiting until somebody comes to you to ask you about it. Sometimes taking the initiative just means asking somebody else, hey, do you need some help with that? Let me help you. Rather than waiting for somebody to come ask you for help, you take the initiative by asking how you can help. The second way that you can act more like a leader is to actually be visible. And by that, I mean, if you are in an office environment where you're actually going into an office, don't stay in your office all day waiting for people to come to you whenever they need something. Be visible, get outside of your office. And I know if you're introverted like me, it's so easy to be able to just camp out in your office all day and get your work done. But to be able to think like a leader and say, okay, my work isn't just the tasks inside my office, my work is actually also outside of my office as well. If you're in a virtual environment, be visible by turning the camera on during meetings. And you may think, well, most everybody at our company rarely turns their camera on. Be the one. Be the one to turn your camera on. It shows confidence. It shows that you want to be there. It shows that you are all in. When you turn your camera on, you're relaying a message that I'm all in on this meeting versus somebody who has their camera off that people wonder, are they multitasking? Are they halfway here? If you're having an in-person meeting, show up to the meeting early and consistently. If it's a large company meeting, sit down front, be visible. When you're visible, people don't forget who you are. Human nature so many times really is out of sight, out of mind. And be visible outside of just your team environment. Sometimes a phone call or an email with somebody across departments or divisions might be more efficient. However, it might be more effective to actually have a face-to-face meeting with somebody, even if it's a face-to-face virtual meeting, just to be able to be more visible. The third way to act like a leader at work, that is speak up. And if you are introverted like me, that can be a little bit out of your comfort zone or certainly not something that you're thrilled about doing. But it really is important, and you can be introverted and still speak up. So first of all, when you do speak up, make sure that it has a positive tone. Even if it's something that you have a concern about, that you don't feel good about, being able to come with solutions versus complaints. So always make sure, no matter what you're saying, that it shows that you are being supportive, even if you're raising concerns. A lot of times when people feel like that they need to speak up, they feel like it's because they need to provide the answers or they need to provide the feedback or the ideas. And sometimes you don't actually know. You don't really have feedback or you don't have ideas. That's okay. You can still act like a leader and speak up by asking questions. Good leaders don't always have the answers, but good leaders do always have good questions, either to get clarity on something or to ask questions about something that hasn't been addressed yet. Know that there's power in questions and it will make you look like a leader when you ask them. Start leading yourself by acting like a leader before you've even been given the title.